Yo, what up, what up? Guess where I'm at, fellas? Can you just tell just from the scenery here where I'm at? Got the cool infinity pool right here. Nice, right? Oh, who do we have here? What is this? What? Say what? Hey, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
What is it, like 7 a.m. here or something?
So right here we got Nick sporting his cool Project AWOL shirt. Nice swag.
Work less, pay, make more.
That's right.
Pay less.
That's how we do. So, like Nick and I were having a conversation this morning about music, and you know, Nick, you brought up a topic about Foo Fighters, a band that both of us completely love. And do you want to let us?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was like, hey, you know, Tim, you play drums. You know, do you like the Foo Fighters? We were talking about the drummer there and stuff, and it somehow evolved of like, you know, one of the things that's on my bucket list is go to like Brazil and watch the Foo Fighters play. Mm-hmm. And we started talking about how few shows they're playing these days because, and then it kind of was like, yeah, you know, they burnt themselves. If you ever watched their documentary, which you got to watch that.
Oh yeah.
They burnt themselves out, and a couple band members quit, and then they came back. But it seems to me like they're just enjoying their passion now, doing like a few shows a year, traveling around, you know, the world. And it's hard to get to a Foo Fighters show in the States. There's very limited, unless I don't know of something. But like a friend of mine from Michigan traveled all the way to Atlanta just to see the Foo Fighters just this last summer. You know, so the point is that they're living their passion, and I don't know where it evolved from there, but it's like they're working less, and living more. Right. You know, they're living their lifestyle. Yeah. They're living with their families. You know. Right. And we're also go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's a perfect illustration for what I used to do. So I was in an original rock band in '04 after graduating Music Academy, and you know I thought, yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm going to make a good income just playing drums, and you know, the first 2-3 months were just really fun, you know, just going to different cities and states, be it a little super cold. Like I went to South Dakota and Baudette and Eau Claire, Wisconsin, just freezing my butt, my California butt off at like minus 48 degrees. And that was just painful. I mean, no matter how much clothes I layered on my body, somehow that wind chill would just creep into my bones and just kill me.
I'm from Michigan. I know what you're saying, man.
But, you know, that's the thing. Like, as a session drummer, as a musician, you know, you're playing these songs. You're playing Mustang Sally. You're playing the Sweet Home Alabama every night to crowds that have never heard you before. But to you, you've played them like every night, and it's just boring for you. So you have to kind of psych yourself up and say, like, this is fun, because they came to pay for watch your show, you know, so you have to put up a performance. But, man, like, the 8th month in, I'm like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. You know, the joy of playing music got sucked out of me.
Yeah, you kind of doing, And why were you doing it? Were you doing it for, like, paycheck? Or
I was doing it so I could, so I was making $300 a week.
Wow.
And that money was just going back to paying my car auto loan, the little school loans I had left. And then the rest I would buy pork and beans and pasta and just carbs to stretch out throughout the week. So we would go to like a Denny's or Norm's type of place maybe once every 2 weeks as a treat. So they have like a warm blueberry muffin was a treat. I was like crying in tears, like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
I know that feeling, man.
And to have like a chicken fried steak was just like, oh man, this is the life. So I'll suffice it to say, I mean, your illustration of, you know, the Foo Fighters and them, you know, ultimately saying, you know what, I want to do this for myself, for the joy of it, for the passion, and not because my producers or marketing company says you have to do so many tours around so many countries and get lack of sleep and not see your family, not see your kids, to, you know, to just sweat and labor. I'd rather have a thing where I have a vehicle that enables and empowers me to passionately do what I love doing, but then also have the freed up time to do other stuff too. I don't want to be forced to doing something that I hate doing. I don't want my passion to be sucked out of me,
Yeah.
where it's not passionate anymore.
Yeah. And you were talking about how you can hear the feel of different drummers and stuff like that, and it's like it really is. If you make it mechanical, if you make it about something other than what it really is, you kind of lose that feel. And I was mentioning this documentary on the Foo Fighters, like how they evolved, and you know, the whole Nirvana thing, and like they were burning themselves out. And then the last album they actually did it on what is it, 2-inch tape?
Yeah, 2-inch reel.
2-inch reel. See, I don't even know that much about music, but it was fascinating because they've evolved where they said, screw that, we're not doing the digitized stuff. We're going to do it in one take, and we're gonna make sure it's perfect. And it's kind of funny. I was mentioning that Dave Grohl's daughter comes in, and he's recording, and it's like a big deal. And she's like, Daddy, and they're like all like, crap, because this is like a one-take deal. And all of a sudden they just stopped playing. He started laughing. He's like, what? How can I help you? And she's like, you said you're going to take me swimming. So he like puts his guitar down, and he goes out and goes swimming with her. And it's like, that's what it's about. Right. You know what I mean? Like
your family.
Yeah. Of course you're an artist and you want to get it. It was funny. Whereas it's like, you know, if you needed that money, it's like, you know, you'd be yelling at your daughter, like, yeah, you know I'm working here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
why are you disturbing Daddy?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what we believe in, and just you waking up and having that psychic source of wealth, which is, you know, I think Bob Proctor talks about psychic source of wealth is when you wake up, you're getting that wealth from doing what you love, not the paycheck. And that's what we believe in, and that's what we're here in Phuket, Thailand. Did I say that right? Phuket? Phuket.
Yeah.
It's pronounced or spelled
like you're taking a poo. Phuket.
I keep saying Phuket, but I used to say something else.
Well, PH would,
yeah,
you know, be like phonetically like it's sounding like an F.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
And a FU.
Uh-huh.
So I used to think that's what it was, but I don't know how clean we need to keep it here. But basically, we're here. Like,
just keep it real, yo.
That's what we're figuring out. Like, we're living that other way of life at this moment, and we realize that you don't have to give up on your dreams. You can be a drummer and experience that and not worry about the money. You can be a mom and stay home, and that's your deal. You don't have to put your kids in daycare, or you can be like me, a helicopter pilot that has sacrificed for 10 years, just like you said, eating the ramen noodles and like spreading out the diet and just making just enough to get by. But I love my job, but I didn't love my lifestyle. It's like, it's all about, wealthy people think both. You can have your cake and eat it too. Who wants to have cake if you can't eat it? Right? That's all I got to say for now.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Thanks. See ya.